Hey, Shalom, Akim Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I would like to give double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us His truth and that's so teaching His truth, and much peace, love, and salutation to the elect, beginning with the 144,000 all the way down to the large multitude that believes and who the Lord will deliver these last days. So like to you all, I say Shalom. I'm the brother Tazamah from the Great Millstone Dallas camp, coming back today with another lesson, and I pray this lesson will be edifying to the elect. All right, and I wanted to do a lesson, more so analyzing this video that's premiering right now on Vocab Malone's page. And I was just, I just turned my YouTube on and I seen it was a premiere, so I just decided to take a listen and look. And I guess he's debating or he's talking to an individual. Her name is something Naphtali. At the end of the day, it just goes to show you, more and more on how, these black women need to just shut the fuck up, man. These women, period, just need to shut the hell up. All right, it's not your place, all right, to teach the scriptures, okay? And, Vocab Malone is using, all right, this video and this quote-unquote debate as a means to make, this Israelite movement look weak. And the Vocab knows what he's doing. He's a sly, slick devil at the end of the day. And this is fair use by the end of the, this is fair use, by the way. All right, I'm not using this video for monetary gain or anything like that. I'm using this based upon the, fair use. Now, the title of this video says Israelite versus Christian debate so cringe you'll yell at the screen. You still need to hear it. And this woman on the screen, once again, her name is something Naphtali, something like that. I know Naphtali's in the title. I can't really remember, what her name is. All right, but this goes to show you on why you women, it's not your place to teach, because you end up sounding fucking stupid. All right, and you have no clue and no idea what the hell you're talking about. All right, as a matter of fact, let me get the precept real quick. It's in Timothy. All right, just bear with me. All right, this is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2. All right, I'm gonna just start at verse 9. All right, we'll just start at verse 9. It says, in like manner also, that the women adore themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broided hair. And what is broided hair? Broided hair is braids. When you get that word broided, as these women like to get weaves and extensions and things of that nature. All right, that word broided, broided hair is plegma. All right, it says what is woven, all right, plaited or twisted together. And when you look at this woman, what does she got? What does she have? I'd rather say she has the twist, the long twisted braided hair, the broided hair. So she's over here claiming to be a dignitary in the scriptures, going on Vocab Malone's platform, trying to teach, trying to debate, and she's being made a fool out of herself, man. That's why you women just need to shut the hell up, man. Okay, leave the prophesying to the men of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Leave the prophesying to the men of the Lord, and you women just sit back and shut the fuck up, man. All right, plain and simple. You women have no business being out here, trying to teach the scriptures and trying to debate. That's not your role. That's not your lot. Now, granted, if you a woman and you have other women, like the scriptures tell you, the aged women are supposed to teach the younger women how to live a sober lifestyle and to be, chaste, obviously. But you have no need and no business, all right, going on Vocab Malone's platform, all right, trying to teach the scriptures like you a dignitary or you an authority in the scriptures, man. And she's already breaking the scripture right here. Look at her hair. You see? You already know what kind of woman this is. Anyways, going back. It says what is woven, plaited, or twisted together. Right? It says a web, plait, braid. All right? Let's go down here. It says braided hair. See that in women? So braided hair is not something really that a woman... Salakia. It's not something that a woman really should be dealing with. It says what is woven, plaited, or twisted together, a wave, plait, braid, braided hair, ringlets, or curls. You know, pretty much you have a hairstyle that makes yourself stand out. Whereas a man could look at it, which I don't, you know, at the end of the day, when it comes down to women and hair, I don't like that weave shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that weave shit. Just be natural. But that's what these women do. You know, they'll get the weave in their hair, and you know, I gotta put weave in my hair because at the end of the day, you know, the sun hurts my hair, as these black women like to say. The sun would damage my hair, that's why I have weave, and they try to make all these goddamn excuses. You know? Anyways, going back. It says not with broided hair or gold or pearls or costly array. It says but which becometh women professing godliness with good works. You see? It says let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. Now, it's very, very highly possible, which I can't prove this, but I'm just going off the spirit, that she's not married. She probably doesn't have a man. You know what I'm saying? She's probably a single woman. You know, and for you men out there, you know, these women out here that claim to be, you know, I'm a Hebrew Israelite sister, this, that, and the third, man, just if you a man teaching this truth, man, it's best just to just fall back. Now, granted, Yahweh Bashim Shah does have exceptions. I get it, you know, but you can clearly see with this chick right here, what she's all about. You know, and she looks like a big Shirley. The blessed necklace. Right? I'm gonna get to the video. Don't worry. So it says, "Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection." Here's the point. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. You see that? Shut the hell up. Listen quietly. Let's read this in the NLT. I do not let women teach men or have authority over them. You see, a woman will read that and say, I don't agree with that. A woman will read that and say, nah, I don't agree. And that's the natural order that the Lord set up. You know, you have Yahweh Shah, the man, the woman, and the children. That's the natural order. Let's get this word teach in the Greek, and then I'll play a little bit of this video, man. Because this is absolute madness, man. This is a shit show. All right, this word teach is didasko. All right, that word is didasko. Hold on, my bad. Hold on. 1 Timothy 2:12. Here it is. All right. It says to hold discourse with others in order to instruct them, and is she not doing that with vocab alone? Deliver didactic discourses. What does didactic mean? All right, let's get the definition or the etymology, all right, of the word didactic. Let's get the etymology of this word. Didactic. It says fitted or intended for instruction. You see that? Pertaining to instruction. She has no need to be trying to instruct anybody in the scriptures. Apt at teaching. You see that? And the scripture says that we men have to be apt to teach. From didactos, taught. Teach. To learn. You see? I suffer not a woman to teach. To be teaching anybody. And the scripture says my tabernacle is with men. Let's get that. I'm gonna get to the video. Just bear with me. Just be patient. All right. Revelation 21, verse 3. It says, "And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men." See that? It's with men, not women. The tabernacle. What does the tabernacle represent? The tabernacle represents the priesthood, the oracles, who Yahweh Bashim Shah delivers his oracles unto. He delivers it unto men. All right. And the women are supposed to learn from their husbands at home. Not going on YouTube trying to debate vocab alone. Because y'all about to hear the video, man. It says, "Behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them and be their power." Okay, that's the point. The Most High, his tabernacle is with men. I know there's another one in Ezekiel. I have not read it in a while. Let me just hit the precept button real quick here. Is it Ezekiel 36? No, it's not that one. I don't think. Nah, it's not that one. Man, I haven't read that precept in a while, so it's escaping me. Is it Ezekiel 18, maybe? With men. Let me just type in with men real quick. I know it's in Ezekiel, man. If I can't find it, I'm just gonna just fall back from trying to look for it. If somebody can just place it in the comment board, that'll be your pa. I just forgot where that scripture's at. I haven't read it in a while. Oh, the flock of my pasture is with men. I think that's how it goes. Flock, men. Let's do that real quick. Yep. Hey, man. Barakatah Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Barakatah Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. I believe this one is it. Ezekiel 34:31, it says, and ye my flock, the flock of my pasture are men, and I am your power, saith the Lord Yahweh. So the flock of the Lord's pasture is with men. The flock of the Lord's pasture, I'd rather say, is with men, not with women. Okay, he didn't set women up to debate the scriptures and to teach and go on the highways and byways. That's not a woman's job, man. Okay, that's not what the woman was made for. The woman was made to learn in all silence and subjection underneath her husband, man. Now let's go to this video real quick. It's 53 minutes left in the video, but I'm just gonna play it from here. Listen to this.
It's with the Romans.
Matter of fact, let me get to the point. Let me get to where she
or Hebrew Israelites was really different than dealing with any other group as far as the reaction. Now you can always find
and that's when the vocab came up to the Queen Naphtali. And what does the word queen mean? The word queen literally means whore. Okay, so when a woman calls herself a queen, she's literally calling herself a slut. You see? But she calls herself being a Hebrew Israelite and authority in the scriptures. All right, man. I'm trying to find a good spot where she comes on. Let me rewind it just a little bit. I might just start it right there. Naphtali's new school of thought. Get the fuck out of here, man. Anyway, let's go.
Against the Hebrew Israelites, is that correct? Nope.
I'm not gonna start there.
The Roman.
As far as the reaction, now you can
bear with me.
Aggressive,
and I don't plan on going away anywhere anytime soon, so we'll see.
Well, you definitely sound very unapologetic about it, and when you brought up your first impressions of the movement, you said people were the children of Israel seem very.
That's not what I'm looking for. Let me find it. Hold on.
That's what they were on, and I realized kind of put things together later on. But it's not just kind of rude. It's imagine debating someone and they challenge you to a kickboxing match.
Oh yeah, this is what it is.
So that's.
Well, I hear you talking vocab, but I have to correct you on some things because. The first
I have to correct you on some things. Correct who? That's not your place. You see, all you women that are out of order, man, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah is going to destroy you, man. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah is going to take you out, man. As scripture says, let all things be done decently and in order, and it begins with the black woman, man. She always the main one that don't want to be in fucking order, man. Excuse my language, man. They the main. They're the main ones that's out of order, man. Queen Naphtali, queen of the damned. She gonna lead your ass to destruction. And I guarantee she got all kinds of men on the comment board. Oh, hey, shalom, queen. Shalom, queen. Man, I learned so much today. Oh my God, you goddess. She eating that shit up. Crazy, man.
Thing is, I just want to start off with a scripture, Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression makes a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Vocab's looking at her like, oh my God. And you can just see in Vocab's face. You can see in his face, it's like, wow. Like, and Vocab knows what he's doing, man. He's a slick, sly devil, too. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's just doing this. He's doing this and debating her, quote unquote, debating her, to make it to make the ministry look as if it could be, bad and tarnished and things of that nature.
So, that's what's going on with a lot of my people is the oppression. And the oppression that we have received.
And I guarantee you she's not oppressed. Now, she is spiritually, oppressed. Obviously, we all are oppressed as Israelites, but no, she's not. She's not oppressed like men are. Guarantee it.
From the Christians, because you keep saying that this demeanor and this behavior that a lot of these Hebrews are possessing is not on the levels of Christianity. Like, we can just go through the history of Christianity and we understand that it is a lot worse than just going into churches and having conversations or just having a physical altercation. When we think about the history of how Christianity began, the slavery within Christianity, we just can go back into the Roman period.
How Christianity began?
Huh?
You said how Christianity began?
No, I'm talking about how, these
Look at that. Like, she don't know what the fuck she talking about. Like, what are you talking about? See, vocab about to get on her ass. And good for you, vocab. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, what, come on now, man. Let's get another preset, man. Let's get Job 39:17. See, this is why you just need to shut the hell up, man. This is Job 39, verse 17. It says, because the Most High hath deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted to her understanding. He gave that to the man. All right, and the woman is supposed to learn from her husband. That's the order. That's the way it's supposed to go. You're not supposed to just sit here as a man. You're not to go to you're not to go to a woman for advice on how to be a man. See, that's how a lot of these these young niggas, these YNs growing up, shooting up stores, doing smash and grabs, acting like complete demons on the planet Earth, because a lot of them are raised by women. Filled with estrogen. You see? And they learn pretty much how to be the way that they're acting by their mamas, man. Most of them don't got their fathers in their life. You see, but when you come into this truth, when you come into the true knowledge, man, you learn how to become a man. And you got to put away childish things. You see? But, you clearly see she has no clue what the hell she's talking about. She's through. She has no clue what the hell's going on. Let's rewind this.
Christianity began?
No, I'm talking about how, these Christians, we don't play around with that. You know what I'm saying?
You hear the Snapchat going off in the back. Through.
So
no, what I'm saying, Naftali, is you're saying we can go into all this and see the violence of Christianity, and then you said how Christianity began in the Roman period, but Christianity began as a persecuted sect for 300 years. So you couldn't point the violence of how Christianity began.
Well, yeah, I can definitely point the bonus how it began, especially in Rome, because it was
Not
changed.
When it began.
It
began in
changed,
Jerusalem.
and definitely when it was brought up in Rome, it was changed.
No,
Yes, it was.
Nero chopped Paul's head off.
Well, yes, everybody in the Bible had a struggle. I mean, if you want to talk about...
She has no clue what the hell's going on. All right, the true Christians were the followers of Yahweh Shai, man. Okay? Like it says, they were called Christians first in Antioch. Let's get that real quick. What's that, Acts 13? Or, let me just get Christians. Haven't read that one in a while. Acts 11, excuse me. All right, this is the book of Acts, chapter 11, verse. Let's start at verse 25. It says, "Then departed Barnabas to Tarsus for to seek Saul, and when he had found him, he brought him unto Antioch. And it came to pass that a whole year they assembled themselves with the church and taught much people. And the disciples were called Christians first." All right, first in Antioch. All right, and when you get a Christian, okay, not westernized Christians today, as they like to just openly call, I'm a Christian. No, a Christian goes back to Mashiach. All right, goes back to the anointed ones. You could only be a Christian if you're an Israelite. Like they say, the Christian church, technically the Christian church is the assembly of the Israelites. Really the assembly of those who are anointed. The Israelites who are anointed with this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. All right, that word Christians in the Greek is Christianos, right? Christian, a follower of who? A follower of, it says Christ here, but we know that's not his name. A follower of Yahweh Shai. All right, a Christian or Christians or Mashiachim. Okay, we're the true Christians. We're the true anointed ones. It goes back to the word Christos, where you get the word Christ, anointed. Which that goes back to what? The Hebrew you see right here, right? Mashiach, the anointed ones. Okay? That's why you women, man, you women need to shut the hell up, man. It's not your place to teach the scriptures, man. Shut down and be quiet, man.
Of the Bible, as far as how all those characters were killed, I mean, that is actually profound within the scriptures. Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah, but I'm saying that was in Rome when that happened. So Christianity's beginning is marked by Roman persecution. Diocletian was initiated about a 10-year period of persecution that was probably the worst persecution that the Christians ever experienced, because it was empire-wide. And it could have wiped Christianity out, except he decided to retire and form this 4-emperor government that he instituted so he could go tend his garden. But before that, he was really destroying the books of the canon. He was destroying
and a lot of Christians like to use that 10-year persecution from Diocletian. They like to equate that to Revelation, the 2nd chapter, the 10th verse, where it says that you shall have tribulation 10 days. You know, but you know that tribulation is going to come back, because we know Nero, all right, Nero Caesar, which is Donald Trump. We know him to be Nero in the reincarnation, which we believe that through faith. You see,
leadership. He specifically went after pastors. I mean, what I'm saying is, how is Christianity violent? And this is in like the late 200s we're talking about. So how is that the beginning of Christianity violent? Violence oftentimes was enacted against.
Once again, she has no clue what the hell's going on. Like, vocab's cutting the shit out of her because she doesn't know what the hell's going on, because it's not her position to teach. Okay? Now you got westernized Christianity, and the Christianity as we know it today, after the Reformation, pretty much from Constantine, which happened in 325 AD, and you have the offshoots of that, you know, the Roman Catholic Church and these different quote unquote denominations, which really stem from the Roman Catholic Church today, that happened, you know, back in the 325 AD and forward. But the true Christians, all right, in Christianity, the true worship of Yahweh Shai goes far beyond, is way before 325 AD, way before that.
It's the Christians by the general populace.
Well, yes, I definitely agree with that. But, you know, those people that we really are generalizing that was after that actually were not Christians in the first place. You know, they didn't even uphold by the Council of Laodicea, they actually took away the worship on Sunday. They took away the holy days and made them holidays. They pretty much took away a lot of the books in the Bible, the canons. And made a new canon, took away certain books, made them not a.
Mind you, this is way after the Church of Yahweh Shai. I mean, the Church of Yahweh Shai was always around, you know what I'm saying? But when the Church of Yahweh Shai was established, you know, beginning with the 12 apostles on down to the believers, you know what I'm saying? You know, the 12 apostles, the Apostle Paul and the churches that he formed. This what she's talking about is way afterwards.
Appropriate within the Bible. What? So yeah, I think a lot of the Romans weren't even Christians, real Christians. They were pagan, and they still are. These Catholics don't even celebrate Christians. They're not even real Christians. They're just what we would call heathens.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Okay, so I get that. Yes.
Well, Council of Laodicea, though, Council of Laodicea was in 364.
Yes.
So I was talking about the persecution of Diocletian.
I didn't know that.
Yes, that's what I'm saying to you. I was saying that, yes, to agree with you that we don't even have to include the people in the Roman church because they weren't even, the Catholics weren't Christians at all, if we want to go into theory. So that's what I'm saying to you. It's like, I do agree.
Anyways, man, I can't really deal with this cackling too much more. But, you know, I just wanted to do a quick video on this. I pray it was edifying to the elect. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Al-Shai, Bashem, Akakodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders, the great millstone that taught us his truth, and that's what teaching is truth, and much peace, love, and salutation to the elect. Until next time, I say shalom.